red wiggler.
Oh, there's a set. Oh, there's the millipedes right
Yeah.
there. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Soil life, millipedes, centipedes, roly-polies. These are all a good sign that your garden is alive. You want living soil, you don't want inert dirt. We'll just go over the compost parts because that'll prevent tearing. The basis of creating a new garden starts with the soil. And in this case, we use the sheet mulching technique, which is a very efficient, quick, and mostly free technique to get your soil in condition ready for a new garden. Sheet mulching is basically layering organic materials over the existing landscape, or if you've removed your grass, you can do it over the dirt. If you have grass, all you would need to do to prepare for the sheet mulching is do some edging, grade out the edge of the grass so that there's a little bit, about 1 to 2 inches of a drop right along any hardscapes like the sidewalk or the driveway. The whole goal of sheet mulching is to smother the existing weeds and give your plants a nice fertile basis for growing and give them an edge over weed seeds, which really like open, sunny, exposed soil. When you want to do sheet mulching, go down to your nearest supermarket or a bike store or any place with big boxes. Take all the tape off the boxes. This is a pretty nice box as far as boxes go and sheet mulching. And then line that up with the edge of your landscape. When you put on another layer, you're going to want to overlap because you want to cover any gaps, and you want to do that so that weeds in the future are less likely to find light. The whole point of this cardboard layer is to block sunlight from the exposed soil so that you don't get the weed growth. And you just keep going until the entire area of your planting area is covered. And then the next step would be to cover with soil. And you can be doing that in tandem so the boxes don't fly away if it's windy. The alternative to individual cardboard boxes is if you can get your hands on a roll of cardboard stock, all you need to do is roll it out. And sometimes you can double layer it if it's really thin or if there's holes or cracks. So the next layer of cardboard just needs to overlap the first layer by a foot. Then we have the edge of the sidewalk here, so we're gonna just cut. Alrighty, that's done. So we cover the soil first with a layer of cardboard, and then we cover it with a layer of compost or a blend of compost and topsoil. And then you can put your drip line over that. And then after the drip line is in place, you put your mulch. And you can go 2 to 4 inches with your mulch. A lot of arborists would be happy to give you free loads of their freshly chipped wood chips from trees they cut down. You can see we put the sheet mulch down a couple weeks ago, and the soil is already alive with insects, with worms and bugs, and they're already loving the new organic matter. In a native landscape with a lot of edible trees and bushes, if you're providing healthy organic matter in the soil, it will act as a nutrient bank that the plants can access nutrients from whenever they need it. Okay, so this is a broad fork, and a broad fork, if you have access to one, will enable you to loosen the soil without turning the soil layers over. And the reason you don't want to turn the soil layers over is because each layer of the soil profile has different communities of bacteria and fungi and organisms that if you turn it over, they all die. But what we want to do is get a little bit of penetration, a little air into the soil, and allow compost to settle into the soil a little bit. It'll help get your plants established. A broad fork is an ingenious tool for using your body weight to take care of this deep tilling without flipping the soil over. So you use your body weight, kind of step on it, and then you lean back, use your body weight again. There's no forcing. You don't want to flip it, so you just kind of loosen it up a little bit, form some cracks, and then you pull it back a little bit, go like 6 inches or so, step on it like you're stepping up the stairs, and wiggle back and forth, lean back, and you push down. It's all gravity. And if you can see, the soil has actually risen up a couple inches, and all that extra soil volume is air now. So there's air in there, which your plant roots will love to get established. So over time, your mulch will attract soil life that will turn it into beautiful compost or worm castings, which will become food for your plants. In this case, this mulch came from a garden that had been established and kept moist, and so over time the wood chips broke down and became, and you can see even worms have moved in and started to eat the byproducts of the wood chips. And over time you will find all sorts of soil life, including mycelium from fungi, and different soil life, millipedes, centipedes. One other cool thing you could do in your garden, if you have plenty of mulch and you add mulch every year, is you can grow your own edible gourmet mushrooms, including the variety called Keenstropharia, which is also a red wine cap mushroom. They're delicious edible mushrooms, larger than a portobello, but if you put the mycelium like this into your mulch, into your new freshly mulched landscape, and keep it moist, you can grow mushrooms, and also it accelerates the soil decomposition process and creates healthy living soil faster. If you want to be part of the solution to soil loss, all you need to do is add wood chips to your garden, and you will get soil levels increasing over time, organic matter levels increasing, soil life increasing, and happy plants.